We've got to talk about this latest vlog that Quirkyloverosee put out over on the YT. So she titles this vlog, "My Boyfriend Tries Guy Liner While Reading Kind Comments, and We Go on a Little Date to the Bookstore." Exciting, right? This has got to be one of the most boring vlogs that Rosie has ever put out, let me tell you. So she explains to us they're doing this because they weren't able to do their pool live that they were going to do before Remy left. Because they were having problems with the pool, if you remember. She had a complete spaz out over that. But it turns out she's speaking so slowly in this vlog. I would guess that she's either taken some of her Ativan or she's been hitting that Willie's drink that Teakwood keeps sending her pretty hard, because she is so slow. Her movements are so slow. Her speech is so slow. It's actually kind of alarming. So she explains to us that Remy wants to try quote-unquote guy liner. So he gets out this eyeliner, and his mother actually picked this eyeliner out for him. And Rosie's not happy with this eyeliner because it's not a retractable one, and it's not a liquid. It's one of the regular ones, the wooden ones, that you have to actually sharpen. And she explains how hard these are to use. And now I personally would have let Remy, I would have told him, just, hey, do like this and put that on right at your lash line. But no, Rosie's got to, be in charge and put this on him. And he's like me, he doesn't like anything close to his eyes. So his eyes are watering as she's trying to do this. And she's telling him how she wants to do tight liner on her. I'm thinking, tight liner? What in the hell is that? And she says that's like when these girls in the 90s, I really haven't even seen it since then. I'm sure it still exists, but it was real prevalent back then, showing my age again, mid to late 90s. It's where those girls would put the eyeliner way on the inside of this lid up here. And you're not supposed to do that because that eyeliner can get into your eye. You can get eye infections. It's not good. You're supposed to just put it at the very top of the lash line. I never put it on the bottom on the very few occasions I wear any makeup because it makes me look like a raccoon. And I'm by far not no makeup guru, no professional. Not by far. So anyways, she starts putting this on him. She's complaining how it looks. And he wants the cat eye look. I really was confused when he said he wanted the cat eye look. I'm thinking, Remy, what? So anyways, she's getting it on him. And you could tell, even from the distance, it's not going right. So she gets it on there kind of too much. And then she, gets a makeup wipe. Wipes some of it off. She stands back, she looks at him, and she tells him, "Oh, you look hot." And she's revved up looking at him. You can tell. This girl is revved up, ready to go, looking at this man with this guy liner on. So he looks closer. He gets close, like this, looking at it. And it looks like shit. It looks bad. From a distance, not too bad. Up close, though, a mess. She did it a mess. And then, he kind of likes it too, puts his glasses on, and he's kind of feeling it, he says. So he goes to get dressed. He puts on his sleep token, sleeveless shirt. He puts on them stupid fingerless gloves, puts on his black beanie, puts on his black pants. Of course, the shirt is black, That's Remy's aesthetic, So she's just looking at him, and they're reading these comments. And, of course, every comment is how much they love Rosie, how much they love Rosie and Remy together, how happy they are that they found love. Take time for yourself, Rosie. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but this is his last night in Florida before he goes back to Texas. So he's all ready to go, and they're going to go to this bookstore. And, I forgot to tell you, she even did the old 90s trick with this eyeliner. She got out a lighter and lit it, so that's why it got so thick too. She got out the lighter, melted a little to put it on there. And that girl was so lazy. She's asking Remy, where's the lighter? And he says, well, maybe it's in the kitchen. And she leans back in her chair. She goes, well, actually, it's right over there. And she's pointing maybe 5 feet behind her. And she couldn't even get up to get this lighter. She made him do this. And then she's also talking about her pain while she's doing this, putting this guy liner on him. She's talking about her pain flares, because someone mentioned the pain flares in one of their positive comments. And she says about how much she has been having her pain flares, and she's been in pain, but she's been able to manage them so much better because Remmy was there to help her, refilling her water for her and helping her, and she was just able to manage much better with him around. No, she just forgot about it because it's fake. I mean, I'm sure her body feels pain because she's got to be 600 pounds. So I'm sure she's in pain, but, it's very much exaggerated in my opinion. So they're going to go to this bookstore. And she explains it as a small queer-owned bookstore. And it's this lovely lesbian couple that runs this bookstore. As if we needed to know the sexual orientation of the owners of this bookstore. I don't understand. So anyways, she's taking some books to get, it's a used bookstore, and they get some new books also, but she's taking some books that she's going to give to them, and I guess you take these books, and if they're in good condition, you get credit for them to use on your purchases. So she said, she took these in, and you get like 50% off used books and 20% off of a new book. So this bookstore is something else. It really looks like a disaster in there. I mean, it looks like no rhyme or reason to the way the books are. They're not even stacked like this. They're stacked on top of each other on the shelves. They're going this way. And it is floor to ceiling books, just books everywhere. And she says how it's somewhat overwhelming. And I'd agree. I'd be completely overwhelmed. I don't know how you would find anything you're looking for in there. It looked a complete mess to me. But whatever. I mean, I would enjoy looking around in there because I love books too. So, but I do agree with Rosie. It was completely overwhelming. They get to the checkout after they make their decision on what books they're going to get. And all of a sudden she starts singing at the checkout. And then he's singing too. It was very cringe and weird. And then they start talking about with the cashier. I assume it's one of the ladies that owns the store, and they're talking about something about Harry Potter books, and a portion of that gets donated to something. What's it called? The Trevor Project? Don't quote me on that. Something for younger people in the LGBTQIA plus. Is that it? Community. You know what I'm trying to say, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful if I got that wrong. Just let me clarify that right there. But anyways, then she starts talking to this lady. Rosie is one. Anybody that is listening, she is going to tell them she's going to trauma dump something on them. So she says she had these Harry Potter books that her granddie, I don't know if that would be her grandpa or grandma, but she just said her granddie had left her, and the granddie had signed their name in there. And she had this ex-friend who did something malicious with these books. Now, why would this lady, the cashier, care anything about that? But Rosie, she's going to trauma dump something on everybody that she comes into contact with. Poor Rosie, always the victim. It was weird. So then they get back in the car, and they're showing the books they got. Remmy got some books, something about Make Your Bed. I seen the author was Admiral someone, and Remmy had been in some branch of the service. So he was saying something about the first task of the day, is making your bed, and from there, after you're completing that, you can complete other tasks throughout the day, something like that. That was the gist of this book. And he had seen a speech by the author of this book, so he wanted to read this book. Rosie says she would have no interest in making this, in reading this book, because we know Rosie doesn't even make her bed. And then they got a book that was recommended by Barry Parm, who is Rosie's good friend and mod. Very strange parasocial relationship there. And it was something called Fourth Wing, and it's something about dragons. I don't know, something I wouldn't be interested in. I'm not interested in sci-fi or anything with dragons and castles, none of that. I'm not interested in any of that. It was a fiction book. So then they orders a brand new copy of this because her and Remmy are going to read this book together, long distance. And then they got another book, I don't even know. And then they're going to, of course, go to eat after this. And that was the vlog. Extremely boring. I want to say it was 40-minute vlog full of nothing. Absolute nothing. So I don't know what Rosie was hoping to accomplish with that vlog, but don't waste your time watching it. So let me know if you watch it, let me know your thoughts on it.